Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Access to Wellness podcast. My name is Sarah Prince, and I am a community health worker here with AWPLI.
And my name is Janelle Love, and I'm also a community health worker with AWPLI. And we are so excited for you guys to join us for this week's episode.
Yes, it is December. We are at the end of the year, so happy holidays to anyone that celebrates. And we're super excited for this episode because we will be discussing something really important, which is men's health and mental health awareness as well.
Yes, and we also have a very special guest, DJ Turner, who is a wide receiver with the NFL Raiders. So we are super excited to hear from him on how he takes care of his mental health while being an athlete and a parent as well.
Absolutely. So stick around for this episode, and we're super excited for you all to listen.
We hope you enjoy.
So good afternoon. Welcome back to AWPLI podcast. I'm your host, Malik Alexander. I'm currently a certified community health worker with the state of Maryland, here working at AWPLI. I'm assigned to the Promise and Neighborhood Drug-Free Coalition. And today we will be discussing men's health with a Q&A with Prince George's County own DJ Turner, a good friend of mine, known him for a very long time. So thank you, DJ, for tuning in. How you doing today?
I'm pretty good, man. Just excited to kind of get this information out here and help you out as much as I can. And if anybody can take what we're sharing, and better their life, then that works for me. So
yeah, absolutely, man. Mental health is definitely a big one. Let's jump right into it. Let's talk about where you're from. What got you started playing football? How long you been playing football?
Yep, from the DMV, Prince George's County, Maryland, Glenarden, Maryland to be exact. I was always around the game of football due to my older brother, and my father. My older brother played in college and at DeMatha as well, and then my dad he's always been a big fan. He was a coach for a little bit, and just been something I love. Like I think I started around like the age of 5 and just got hooked to it and see where we're at now. So
yeah, looking back at it, you have a crazy, well-known high school and youth sports career back home. Definitely at DeMatha. So I experienced a lot of those games. But let's start here with how do you manage the pressure and stress that comes with playing football at a high level?
Me personally, like I just try not to. I try not to make being in the NFL like so much of a big deal to where it's like more than football. Like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you're just playing football, and it's literally the same thing as playing football in college, high school, or little league. It's just like I said, it's better people you're playing against, but at the end of the day, like it's just a game. Like, you know what I mean? So when you kind of overthink it and look at it as like, oh, this NFL, this and that, like best of the best, it'll kind of, that's when the pressure comes in. But if you just kind of look at it like it's a game I enjoy playing, it's something I love doing, and you go out and enjoy yourself and have fun, it takes all the pressure away.
So was the NFL everything you expected to be, or was it?
I mean, at first, yeah, I feel like I looked at it from a perspective of like wow, like, you know, kind of like that starstruck, like, oh, I'm in the NFL now, it's such a big deal. But once you kind of get settled in it and you kind of see it for what it is and understand like the business side of it, and you see like how it's kind of a little bit more political than most people will understand, and it's kind of settles it down, and it's like you kind of, I mean, not trying to say you take it for granted, but you kind of get used to it, and it's just like I said, it's what you do now, so it's just like, yeah, okay, like it's not as big of a deal as it was, but it's still a big deal.
Yeah. So have you ever experienced any self-doubt in your football career? And if so, how did you overcome it?
Definitely. Feel like self-doubt is a normal thing for human beings. You know what I mean? Especially in the profession that I'm in. Especially, I would say the biggest thing is dealing with injuries and trying to overcome those, because like you get hurt and you don't know how your body is going to react or how you'll be once you kind of get through it, or if you know what I'm saying, like you might hurt your leg, you don't know if that pain is ever going to actually go away. So it's or if you'll be able to perform at the high level that you did before the injury. So I feel like that's the biggest thing is self-doubt, and then also you deal with like the adversity of things just not going your way, like whether if you're not getting the ball enough, or you know what I'm saying, you're not in the situation you want to be in. Like you could kind of question your ability because somebody else might not see your ability the way you feel you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that could kind of create some self-doubt and some kind of insecurities as a football player. But just kind of got to work past it. Like you gotta remove all, you gotta do what you gotta do to remove all doubt and just continue to have faith in yourself.
Yeah. So football can definitely be like emotionally intense. So how do you handle the emotional highs and low that comes with the games?
I would just say taking it one play at a time. Like you said, never too high, never too low. You make a big play, you gotta line up and do it again the next play. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because something could go wrong and somebody else can make. You know what I'm saying? The other team can make a play, or if you make a bad play, you can't be thinking about the mistake you made from the last play. You just got to worry about where you're at now. So I kind of have like my own like saying like one play at a time, one day at a time. Of course I got goals and things I want to reach, but it's not going to happen all at one time. You know what I mean? You just kind of gradually got to do it one day at a time, one play at a time, and don't worry about the past and don't worry about what's going to happen next. Just be where your feet are.
So with having such a demanding schedule, you know, between practice, meetings, travel, and games, like how do you find a balance in your personal life?
Honestly, like I just try my best to, like I just said, like be where my feet are. Like if I'm home chilling with the kids, like I'm trying to be as present as I can be in that moment. And like that has nothing to do with football. That has nothing to do with being an NFL player. Like I was saying, like my kids are just starting to understand kind of what's going on. Like they don't care that I'm in the NFL. They just care to be around their dad. They care to spend time and play with their dad. And like even when it comes to like spending time with my wife, like nothing outside of our household matters when I'm here. Like, you know what I mean? That's the same when I'm at work. Like I might be having problems I'm dealing with at home, but they can't affect what's going on at my job. You know what I mean? Or on the field. So just being where my feet are and being present in what's going on at this given time.
So in your 3 years in the NFL, what's one of the biggest takeaways that you've probably learned, a lesson you've learned or something that you've gained since being in the NFL?
I never really put too much thought into that, but I would say so one. All right, I'm just, it's a couple things, but this is just one thing that I feel like people could kind of use. It's just like everything isn't what it seems. Like I know at the end of the day, like it's the NFL and it's supposed to be like the best of the best players, but there's roles in the NFL like where it's like you don't have to be like I know people personally like that are way better football players than some people that, you know, I played with or played against, but they've carved out like a certain role. Like they have a certain niche that keeps them like around in the league. So like it can work out for you basically. Like no matter what it is, like you might not be the best on your high school team right now. Like you might not be the most talented or even, you know what I'm saying, you might not even get a scholarship to school, but at the end of the day, like you can figure out what works for you. Like there's certain players in the league that figured out what works for them and they kind of honed into that and they're making millions of dollars in this career. Like it's all possible. If that's really what you want to do, just keep going. Basically, that's kind of the gist of what I'm saying. Like the whole lesson. Like it's 100% possible no matter what your situation is. So just try to take advantage.
So you have a nice family, beautiful family. Tell me a little bit about them. Tell me about your kids, your wife.
And so recently married to my wife Deja.
Yeah.
Who's great. She's very supportive. She helps me out a lot with stuff that I'm dealing with on the field or off the field, family matters, things like that. And then we have our two beautiful kids, Devin and Trey. And I mean they're great, man. It's great having them around. Like it keeps me like in a mental spot that I need to be, like dealing with everything we had to deal with as football players. Not even that, just the stress that comes with just being African American in everyday life. Like you know what I mean? It's hard out here sometimes, but I feel like coming home to them every day it definitely helps me out. Like I can have a day that's kind of overwhelming in practice or have a bad day, and you know what I'm saying, coming off a game and it's just like my kid, like they don't care, like you know what I'm saying, they just want to be around daddy. Same with my wife, she just want to be around her husband, want to, you know what I'm saying, lay down, watch movies, do whatever we got to do, and it takes my mind off of anything else that really doesn't matter at the time. So it's been great, man. I try to keep them with me no matter where I'm at, like moving around, traveling, because I'm at this point, like I really need them to, you know what I mean?
You keep your days balanced. Keep
Exactly,
going.
exactly.
So are there any specific values or lessons from your family that you carry on to you on the football field?
I do think so. I would say, especially like the time I spend with my kids, um, like you can't really take a lot of that stuff for granted. Like you know what I
Absolutely.
mean. So one thing I have learned is like how fast time kind of flies by too. So it's like with that being said, you got to be where your feet are. You know, you
Exactly.
probably heard that. So it's like you got to be present in the moment. Like when I'm with my kids, I come home. It might be a million things going on, but I'm gonna be present in the moment to be there for them. So I kind of take that lesson to being on the field too. It's like one play at a time. It's the same kind of mental thing. It's like don't worry about the last play, don't worry about the next play. Be with your feet. I'll worry about this play. Worry about this next move you got to make. This next person you got to block. This ball you about to catch. So it kind of goes hand in hand with that mindset.
Yeah. So more importantly, like I know you love football, but I think you probably enjoy the most at the end of the game when you're able to see your kids and your family at the
Yeah,
end. I think that's
100%.
probably a good aspect of the game. So are there any how's your family understanding of challenges you face in football contribute to your mental stability and your mental health?
Um, I feel like that's really big. Like, and the thing is, like I said, they're just with me. The kids are with me every step of the way. So it's like they get to see everything that's going on, and they get a better understanding to where somebody who's not like as close or not with us on an everyday basis, they might not understand. Like Deja knows everything that goes on in that building with me personally. Like you know what I mean? So like them understanding that, like like I said, like I could come home and be dealing with a lot of stuff, and it's like if you're dealing with somebody that doesn't understand that part, it's like you don't have no way to kind of relieve yourself of that stress. But like I can at least have a conversation with Deja, like you know what I mean, like look, this was going on, like you know what I'm saying, like I want to do this to fix it, I want to do that, and she could actually have answers that mean something to me instead of just even if it's not like even if I just want to just talk to kind of get it out, like you know what I mean, she's there and she understands, so it's like it definitely benefits me in certain ways that other people might not have that outlet.
Do you think your kids realize like what's going on now as far as like you playing professional sports, or do you think they're still kind of like
I think now they're starting to understand. I think Trey, him getting older, like he's 3 now, so he's starting to kind of pay it a little bit more attention. Like, and he's starting to actually realize what's going on. Like, I mean, you've been here for the last couple of days. You hear how
yeah
much they talk about Daddy's football game, Daddy's
yeah
football game.
football game?
So it's like they definitely know what's going on. I don't think they understand like the gist of like being like in the NFL, like the difference between that and just like a regular like football game that they might see like with their cousins or like you know
Yeah.
what I mean. But they do understand like it like when they come to the stadium they see they observe everything that's going on. So I think especially Trey, like he might understand it's a little bit bigger
Yeah,
than
they just
normal, but
yeah.
but it's cool though. Like I love that. Like I love that part. Like coming, you see how they like coming to see them before the game, and you know y'all was like literally behind the bench at the last game.
Yeah.
So like coming off the field and looking back and seeing the kids, like it's a great feeling. And I know they probably feel the same way. Like just being able to see me play the sport that I love. Like I can kind of tell by how excited they get. So
Yeah.
it's cool.
With everything going on, what is like one or two things that you do for yourself? Like outside of football, outside of the family, like what's one thing that you do for yourself to keep you grounded and to not get caught up in everything?
I mean, like I wouldn't say I have like any specific hobbies. Like
Yeah.
when I do get free time, like I like to watch movies, shows, things like that. But I feel like with my football schedule and coming home and having to deal with like both kids and the family, like you kind of just have to pick like something that just kind of ease your mind. Like this is what I'm doing right now is full family man, full football player.
Yeah.
And it's just like if that might get overwhelming, like I have like my own like ways of just kind of just you know what I'm saying, fleshing everything out. Like I keep a journal that I write in like if not like 3 times a week, like as much as I can, like or when I do feel like overwhelmed with like everything that's going on in life and jot down some things in there and it kind of always like sets me back to neutral and then go back to my regular schedule, which is literally all day at the facility and then come back home and be a father.
Yeah, that was going to lead into my next question. So just for the the viewers that are curious, what is a typical day like for you? Like what do you do on a normal day? You game week on Sunday, what do you got planned?
I'll go through like a Wednesday schedule. It's probably like my busiest day. I wake up probably like around like 7, kind of get myself going, head to the facility, have a normal breakfast. Depending on like how my body feels, like I choose like food based off how I'm feeling, like if I'm like
Yeah.
you know what I mean, like how I'm feeling like inside, and then start meetings, things like that. I might have a lift that morning, who knows? But I start meet for like from like 8 to maybe like 11. After that, you hop on the field, a couple hours. After you get off the field, you probably will watch film from that practice and maybe a little bit like scouting for the team we're going against that weekend, and then probably get done around like what, like 5:30.
Okay.
Then I try to go through like my treatment routine, like if I'm a contrast, hot tub, cold tub, go get some body stuff done with the trainers, and then literally get in the car, 3 minute drive to the house. As soon as I'm home, get greeted by all three, like Deja and the kids,
Yeah.
and just daddy time at that point. Like the kids want to play, we play. If Deja wants to go grab some food or just kind of have a family moment, we'll do that, or we'll just sit back, relax, and watch TV. Like depending on like kind of what's going on. Try to get a little bit of studying in, like at some point at night. If I don't, like I do plenty. Like we watch so much film in the facility, bro. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Like you know what I mean. So it's like if I do need extra preparation, I'll do it. But if not, I just spend time with them and restart, reset, do that the next day.
Okay. So coming up on our last question. So for a kid who looks like you, that's from Prince George's County, he's probably, let's say, anywhere from the ages from 8 to 15, and he wants to get to the level that you're at.
Yep.
What would be a few things that you would recommend him to do?
I would just say, especially at that age, like you gotta start making, like if that's really what you want to do, you gotta make that decision. Like I knew at that age, like look, the only thing I'm really even interested in is football. Only thing I ever really want to do is play football, make it to the NFL. So once I made that decision, it was like, look, like it's time to work towards that.
Yeah.
So consistent hours of training, consistent hours of watching film, and not even like to the sense of like, oh, like I'm watching whoever like just watching other professional athletes or college athletes that I wanted to emulate my game after. Like literally that was my whole life. Like I didn't really care to, you know what I'm saying, hang out and do all the extra stuff when I was younger, like not at least until like college for real. But I just really, all I cared about was football, and that came from me making that decision. That's what I wanted to do. So make that decision and then block out all doubt. Like self-doubt. Like it's gonna happen, it's gonna creep up. Find a way to get rid of it. And there's always somebody on the outside telling you what you can and can't do. Like that's another big thing. Like don't feed into it. Like I remember being younger and being smaller, like hearing the numbers game over and over again. Like, look, only this percentage of people make it to the NFL. Only this percentage of people play at DeMatha, start at DeMatha. Only this percentage of people go D1. And like, I mean, it can get to you, but I just chose not to let it. Like I knew it was something different about me, even though I might have been small or I might not have been the fastest or the strongest. I knew it was something different about me that could get me where I wanted to go. So just blocked out all that and stay focused. And then, like I said, it's going to be some things that come up here and there, but you just got to stay locked in. And even if it does happen, don't lose faith in what you want to do and just keep going.
Well, I appreciate you for taking time out of your busy schedule today. What do you got planned coming up this week?
It's a bye week, so got Devin's birthday coming up on Thursday, I believe. So we're gonna take the kids to San Diego to the zoo, spend some time out there, probably check out SeaWorld and just relax, man. Take my mind off football, just spend time with the family and enjoy it. So.
Yeah, once again, man, I appreciate you for taking time to come on the podcast. Look forward to speaking with you more in the future. Thank you guys for tuning in.
For sure. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you all for joining us for this month's episode. We hope you enjoyed and learned a lot about men's mental health and mental health in general. We hope that you take some of the tips and tricks, and we hope that you apply what you learned today. And we also hope that you guys join us next year. We have a lot of great topics coming up for you guys, and special guests too.
Yes. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and stay tuned for our next episode. Bye.
Bye. See you soon.